Today we're going to compare the flagship Galaxy S21 versus the budget A52.
I've been waiting for somebody just like you, hoping, praying, run away to something new. My mistakes brought me to this place. I had to fall to get to.
Alright, so it's obvious that the A52 cannot compete with the S21 since it's budget versus flagship, but let's see how close these cameras can compare. Straight off the bat, the A52 can shoot up to 4K 30, but it's not stabilized, and I think that's the biggest limitation there. If you want to do some run and gun shooting in the highest quality, then you have to go down to 1080. But the good thing is that the A52 does offer a lot of camera modes that's almost the same as the S21. Now, if you're planning to vlog with the front-facing camera, you can shoot up to 4K 30 on the A52, but it's not stabilized. Yeah, it's a bit wider, but the HDR is not that great. Shooting video on the S21, it has 4K 60, which is awesome because I can actually slow it down. All of this is actually handheld and it looks really smooth. And of course, the A52 back cameras are not stabilized, and if you're shooting in the shadows or anywhere that's pretty dark in the image, it's pretty noisy. If you're planning to shoot a lot of video, honestly, just go with the flagship phone. It's not worth going for the A52. Now, that's if you're planning to shoot only in the highest quality that the A52 offers, which is 4K 30. Nowadays, I think phones should offer some sort of stabilization in 4K 30 because that's the standard now. As you can tell, it is much wider on the A52 because of no stabilization, so I guess that's a pro there, only if you really need that super wide shot. If you don't need to record in the highest quality, you can bump it down to 1080p, which is stabilized, so that's a pro there, but I still think the S21 still offers the sharper and better colored and contrastier image. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you do enjoy these behind the scenes type of shots. Now, moving on to the back cameras, the A52 is not too bad for someone who just casually wants to take pictures here and there. It does have a telephoto lens, so that's great for some versatility. Of course, it's not going to be as good as the S21, which is obviously going to be sharper and clearer if you actually zoom in or look closer into the pictures, especially in the shadows. It's pretty noisy on the A52. For HDR, it's not that consistent on the A52 because sometimes it looks nice and sometimes it just looks too dark. So what I'm trying to say is that the S21 is just more reliable for getting that exposed picture. So how about portrait mode? On S21, you can actually zoom in to use the other focal length. On the A52, you can't, even though it does have a telephoto lens. Overall, the images on the A52, it's really dreamy-like, especially if you're shooting in the sun. You do get this like really harsh flare that blurs out the image for the most part. Whereas on the S21, the HDR, like I said, is more consistent, so you will get the more exposed picture. For the front-facing camera, it does okay. I would highly avoid having the sky in the background because it's really inconsistent on the A52. So if you're shooting in the shade and a lot of buildings in the background, then it does really good. So I feel like shooting portrait mode on a budget phone feels pretty restricting. Now for low light, no surprise that the S21 is still going to win, but both are pretty noisy. The A52 does have more noise in the background or in the darker spots. Also, I think the white balancing or the warmth of my skin looks better on an S21. Now overall, if you're planning to get the A52 in 5G, honestly, I don't think it's worth it because it's about 500 bucks and S21 is like 200-ish more, so honestly, I would save up for it. You do get the higher quality in hardware, faster performance, and just better image quality. If you're not planning to get the 5G version, then I would say it's not too bad. It really depends on what you need in this phone. If you're using it for super casual stuff, mainly just for phone and less camera, then I would say go for it. Let me know what you guys think about these two phones. Don't forget to leave a like and you can follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later.